My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here. People's faces coming back to bite them in the ass. Crowd with working royals versus crowd with non-working royals. Alright, we've just seen this. I'll let it play. Let me go through it really quick. Empty. Empty. This picture of Harry and Meghan. And majority of the places that they went, they didn't make it public, with the exception of the other ones that we are aware of. Look at the crowd size. There they are at the children's hospital. Okay, there's me here. 45 minutes. Keep in mind, Harry and Meghan outings didn't get publicized with the exception of those private places they were going to go. Anyone from Australia can correct me. The outdoor places they went were not made public, I think. Alright, let's pause this. Well. The most popular royals, where is Kenzie Schofield? They cheered leader. I thought she would be there waving a flag. Alright, what a sad and disappointing man he is, always trying to stay relevant and only makes himself look more needy and pathetic. Yeah, it's like each time they do not want nature to work itself. They always try to manage things. It's all those things he has done that cause people to hate him while he's trying to look for people to like him. Alright, how clever, of course. We could all throw through photos to prove a point on both sides. Pathetic attempt to smear the royal family. So stupid, you also... Numbers don't lie. They even did a poll, okay? They even did a poll. Let's go to the next tweet. Oh, I should have blacked them, but never mind. Next tweet. I'm not Gen X, and I'm also more of a Meghan fan, but it's always interesting to hear how people view Harry with such warmth because he's Diana's son. A minute and 1 second.
I just kept thinking, that's Princess Diana's son.
You met Meghan Markle just a few nights ago.
Yes.
And Prince Harry.
Yes. Kath and I,
Hi.
Kath Mahoney and I, were lucky enough to be invited to her best life retreat. Yeah, it was really fun. And it was like not a lot of people, so it felt very intimate.
There were 2 seats next to Bruna and I that were empty, and we were like, oh, what's happening there? And then their people sat there, and then he sat there, and I was a bit like, oh, can't wait to go on the family
But it was
group
so
chat.
sweet because when she went to take the stage, he basically grabbed her hand and walked her up there, and it was really sweet.
But I just sat there the whole time. We're Gen Xers. I just kept thinking, that's Princess Diana's son.
Yeah, wow.
Like, you know.
I remember him in a little blankie.
Yes.
Coming out of the hospital.
All of it. Like, I just think for a Gen X woman, we all have that touch point with Diana. We talked about her on the pod.
Yeah.
And to sit there, I was just like, that is, I've got goosebumps now talking about it.
Sam, I was a huge fan of Meghan thanks to Suits on the Dave channel back in the day. And a May about the royal family, including Harry, and my heart sank when he was dating her. I knew how it would play out. We've seen it with his mom, but at least Harry stepped up. Bless him. Alright, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, I think I'm starting to get tired because the texts are starting to look smaller. Okay, let's see this one. Never before since Prince Harry and Meghan fled that family and its toxic media's ordered abuse has the Harry-shaped hole Tina Brown talked about here is more visible. King Charles stood in Congress mindlessly plagiarized Prince Harry's Kyiv Security Forum speech, a 77-year-old man who hasn't seen enough, experienced enough, been through enough to have his own point to make his own vision for the world future. that Harry-shaped hole is now a sinkhole that will swallow the monarchy whole. Well, you have Trump and Melania, who has copied Michelle Obama's speech before. So I guess best company? I don't know. Let's listen to that. It's like there's no consequences for things like that. Well, everything is being played out. If things do ever get back to normal, at least we know what to fix.
Enormously appealing to the public and who are very good at it. We're out there in Nigeria sort of looking really attractive and being, appealing people. And what a pity it is, they've gone. There is a kind of Harry-shaped hole in the monarchy at this time when they're in such sort of beleaguered circumstances.
Do you think the rift's permanent?
It might be, because things tend to get more and more ossified, like they did with the Windsors. But I think we needed Harry and Meghan. And I think, unfortunately, what's come to pass with the cancer diagnosis and things shows just how depleted the family is and how much it needs all its stalwarts. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I hope it does, mend. Enormously appealing to the public.
The royal family fumbled big time. Indeed, first they criticize, second they mock, third they copy, cosplay, and imitate. Fourth, they start twisting into style the crown with propagandistic, ghastly spin as they gaslight the public when erasing and blurring the facts. It isn't working as well anymore. People are waking up from the centuries of misinformation stupor. Yeah, like I've said, it's the media, social media. That's why they try to capture all form of communication. But with the internet, they can't stop it. They can't continue with their typical blueprint. The rift will remain because Harry and Meghan have proven that they don't need that family or no stinking titles to do the humanitarian work that they do and be loved throughout the world. Let the PDF enablers left behind rot and the filth and scandal they deserve. Yes, let them rot. It became apparent this week that Harry has experienced more of life and his age than his father at 77 years old. Pampered life. Yeah, because Harry have gone outside. These are topic I've raised, random topic, reading tweets and those things cross my mind. Yes, because not only that, they used to send Harry places that the others would not want to go.
I want to ask you, you traveled the whole world in both your role, in your royal role. As you were going around the world, how did you get more focused on things that you cared about? I mean, we see a lot of pictures of you with children. You spent a year in Lesotho, right? And, bring that to life for us.
I get all of my passion, inspiration, and energy from young people. And that is from the ages of 6 or 7 in the Caribbean, when you get a 6-year-old turning around to you and telling you exactly how much damage your country and the developed world is causing them, all the way to 28, 30-year-olds who at some point in their life have already a better understanding of duty and service than I ever did at that age, because it's all about giving back. So I think that, look, lots of people say that, oh, your job of traveling the world is wonderful. Of course it's wonderful, but when we get sent to some countries, we don't always get to see the beautiful parts. We're always there trying to deal with some of the issues, but also doing everything we can to bring people together.
So meanwhile, Harry, as they send him out there, places that they don't want to go, Harry is listening to the people's struggles, and he got to see them. And it seems like whenever he does his royal duties, he used to fly to Africa, stay in Africa instead, because not only they receive him comfortably, like a human being, instead of, prince this, prince that, they treat him like one of the others, a buddy kind of thing. So he felt more comfortable with it and remove himself from the toxicity. And I think that was one of his best moves. All right. And there was an interview he did with William, where Matt Lauer was asking them what did they want to do when they, not when they grow up, but when they get older, the royal life thing. And Harry literally told him that he wanted to do safari thing and African Park comes to mind, and Harry pretty much doing exactly what he said he was gonna do.
Like what?
Well, when I was younger, I wanted to be a policeman, but I wouldn't want to be that now.
Most popular cop on the block.
Exactly.
What would you want to do?
I think I don't know. It's a really tricky question. It goes through my head lots. I'd like to fly helicopters, definitely. I'd like to be some sort of heli pilot, you know, working for the UN maybe or something like that. Go off and do some, you know, I'd have to be doing something active outside and doing sort of fun stuff, but with an edge to helping people.
How about you, Harry?
He'd probably sit in and play computer games and drink beer. Thanks a lot. No, I honestly, I don't know how well this would get out, but I'd probably live in Africa. I'd like to spend all my time out there.
In a humanitarian
both. It would be a humanitarian aspect and as well as a sort of safari aspect. As a job, it'd probably be a safari guide, and then it'd be really good for me because he wouldn't be around, you see, so I'd get the house to myself. At the same time, you know, splitting my time between a charity, you know, in the Lesotho, probably the Lesotho as well. If I became normal tomorrow, then I'd have
that word normal comes up a lot, doesn't it? It really is. It's kind of the holy grail out there.
I feel abnormal.
But William, I don't know. He tried to make fun of Harry and all of that. Harry has been in life and death situation when he was in the army and still experiencing that now unprotected son of a king from 2020 to date. I cannot say that I've lost all respect for Charles after his shameless plagiarism of Prince Harry's speech, only because I didn't have any respect for him to start with. This was a shameful moment. Yeah, what I've said about this speech here, I think they will send Harry to go first, okay? To get all either the negative, mostly they want to see how the public reaction is. The negative, if whatever Harry says is in the negative, you know the palace will go the opposite. If it's in the positive, they will stick with that. I think this is what's happening now. This is the way they're gonna go forward with things like that. If they know Harry's gonna do a public event for, let's say, that has to do with politics, well, Harry, humanitarian. For Harry, humanitarian purposes, because he has no power to change anything. He can only influence based on his belief. If he does a speech in terms of to influence politicians and things like that, that will be coming from within, from his belief. It's not what the people's gonna tell him to say, because he already removed himself from the royal family, so there's no reason to attach himself in that kind of a circle. So if they ask him, go do a speech, this is the topic, this is this, he probably gonna study it and see what's going on and then bring his own perspective into it. Now, once he does that speech, after his research and understanding and his belief, he does the speech. Now the royal family, Charles, depend on how the public perceive it, Charles will adjust himself. If the public like it, this is how Charles will go. If they don't like it, he will go the opposite. All right? And Charles, the royal family, they just play lip service anyway. They have nothing to lose, with the exception of the position. All right? So that's that. Let's move on. Okay, Australia. And this recording gonna have different part, okay? I'm just continuing. Okay, no. Australia is mine. William and Kate need to move on with their lives and stop obsessing over Harry and Meghan. Full article. Okay, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's recent trip to Australia has become a latest setback, and his already estranged relationship with his brother, Prince William. What is going on here? This is an archive. I'll click on the link. I'll leave the link in the description, okay? I'm not gonna be there. It's funny how Harry was called a spare, told he was born to even have his organs be taken through William needed them. Okay, I'm not in the medical field, but sure they have the same blood type. There's some research that needs to go about that they match, even though they are brothers from the same father, same brother, same father and mother, but they have to have like the same blood type and different things. Okay, let me pause for a second. Okay, I wasn't even sure if my question was right, but I think my answer is there. What is required in the medical field to have an organ transplant? In the medical field, receiving an organ transplant requires a rigorous multi-step process involving a comprehensive evaluation, medical compatibility. This is the part here. Medical compatibility and psychological readiness to manage long-term care. The process, okay, this is the part I was looking for. You could pause and read the rest. Now, my next question to Google, can brothers have mismatched or something for organ transplant? All right, let me pause and ask that question. All right, this is the question that I asked. Can two brothers have medical incompatibility? Incompatibility, that's the key here, to have an organ transplant. And the answer is yes. Two brothers can have medical incompatibility for an organ transplant. While siblings are the most likely family members to be a match, there is only a 25% chance that any two siblings are a perfect human leukocyte. Okay, there's antigen match, and 50% chance they are a partial or half match. Even if brothers share the same parents, they can inherit different HLA genes, leading to significant mismatches that make transplantation risky or impossible. All right, so even still, okay, I'm not even in the medical field, but at least this, they may not have the same compatibility. I mean, these people, the archaic mindset to have a spare just in case for something like that, that's freaking crazy. Okay, I don't believe the Queen Elizabeth II and Philip raised Anne that way. William bought all the crap, 43 years inept, unaccomplished, unhappy, drinking, etc. Stagnation, zero chance, insanity. I've talked about this. It's just the way they raise him. It started from the Queen's father's death, and they trained Charles to be that person, that human being that he is. Let's not forget as well, he didn't even want to marry Princess Diana. They forced him to marry Princess Diana. So there was never a love here. So the connection for the boys, well, there's none. So for Charles, after Princess Diana died, for the palace to raise William, that he didn't even care. But even when Princess Diana was alive, after Harry was born, okay, did all the public face, go to the hospital, wave and things like that. I was aware. They say, I don't know if it's Princess Diana who said it, that once they got home, he went to play polo. He didn't care. There's no love. There's no connection. So he gave the palace the kids. All right. Well, they forced him to marry Princess Diana. Okay. He created two boys. Once that was done, he was like, okay, this is for you. This is for the institution. The institution don't have a human feeling. They're like a freaking robot. This is what they were trying to train Harry to be. Meanwhile, Harry is a human being. He's like, I have my life. I have this. I could do this. So don't try to control me like I'm a freaking robot. So this is the thing here. They trained William to be that, and he went along with it, especially after Princess Diana died, because when Princess Diana was alive, she was putting human feeling into those kids. Take them to homeless shelters, where the people, you help the people. This is the thing that William should have focused on, the people. It may not be the same thing with Harry. Harry could do his thing. There's always so much love to go around. Okay, you focus on a topic that could help the people and focus on that. This is what Princess Diana was trying to teach the boys, but William, they erased whatever they taught, whatever Princess Diana taught him. But Harry, on the other hand, thank God, the machine, the palace, didn't get too heavy. With the exception of they were trying to treat him like a court jester and send the media after him and humiliate him. William and Kate need to grow up for F's sake. Australia isn't interesting. Well said. Well said. Thank you. What a loser. All right, let's get to the next tweet. I'm over an hour, so there's gonna be different part. So check for part 1. Definitely is more than okay. So there's that here. Why are they so obsessed with my fave? And today of all days, shaking my head. So I wasn't really on Twitter that much. So there they are here. What were they doing? Harry was gonna. Was it? No, Meghan wasn't there. I was thinking, I forgot what event that was. Do you see how he watches her to make sure she's laughing at whatever he says? Australia proved my guy is still beefing with the ground she walks on. You can see he loves her so much. Love this so much. Me too. Harry and Meghan have such electricity between them. I would love to hear what they're saying, what they're laughing about. Harry must have said something silly for Meghan to laugh. Next tweet. Okay. The camera loved these two so much. My favorite royal couple of all time. The only royal couple to ever marry for love and the only royal couple to still active touching each other is allowed here. I love them, Your Honor. All right. Did the squad make this headline? People. Exclusive detail. Harry and Meghan making their own rules. Is that real? I'm not sure. My beautiful voice. Let me pause for a second. Okay, I guess it was real. I typed latest People magazine cover of Harry and Meghan. There it is here next to Charles. Let's see. Let's go to image. Do I see it? There it is. So yeah, it's real. It's real. Well, in order for them to be able to talk about Charles and for people to buy the magazine, so they had to put Harry and Meghan's picture. Alright, so this is real. Okay, I had to search. The squad are good with their Photoshop, okay? My beautiful royals, the only one that matter. Look at how fresh and happy they look 10 years in love. May God keep blessing them. May anyone who wishes evil on this kind of couple get what they deserve. Looking at you, Maureen and cohort. And a 1 and a 2. And here he comes, the Sussex sabotage and overshadowing King Charles III visit accusation. Harry and Meghan are gorgeous and relatable. It's not their fault that people want to know about them. I'll keep my comments to myself regarding the content of this story, but I will say they are such a gorgeous and photogenic couple. I have not read the content, I just love the cover. This is one of my favorite photos of Harry and Meghan. Alright, so there's that. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, people probably want to talk about Charles, or they want to put Charles on the cover somehow. But you see who they highlight the most, Harry and Meghan. Alright, so what is this here? No one is laughing. Okay, I think now I'm into the US. This is where I'm going to stop completely and create maybe video number 3. The first video is going to have 2 parts to it. And it's 1 hour and 13 minutes. So now we are into politic topic, so I'm gonna stop recording now. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.